Hey guys, good morning, it's Name, and today Majora's Mask 3D is the game. In the last episode, we got here to Woodfall Temple, and in this episode, we are going to be taking on the first dungeon of the game. It's been a good week or so. I've taken a break from YouTube just so I could get caught up on classwork and whatnot. And I also just had a lot of stuff that was coming up, like my weekends are all filled up. And yeah, so I apologize for the past, for the delay we've had with the past 2 weeks, but I am back, and I'm very happy to be back. And I'm gotta say, forewarning, this is the first time I've recorded a dungeon for The Legend of Zelda in a very long time. And because of that, the commentary might be a little off just because, like, there's so many things to focus on. Even in, like, a little dungeon like this, I don't want to miss anything, any of the collectibles we have coming out, so I apologize if the commentary is a little bit off. Right here, if you didn't get a fairy outside earlier, you can get another fairy right there, but I unfortunately don't have a second bottle, neither should you, so I can't get that fairy right there. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put on the Great Fairy's mask, because we're finally going to be able to see what's so great about this mask. I hyped it up a lot when we first got it. You're about to see why it's so useful. You see that green fairy that's right in front of us, which, by the way, I think I mentioned this in the previous episode, but in the 3DS version of this game, that's the difference, is that the fairies are, they're not all pink, they change colors according to the area. And here we are at Woodfall Temple, and they are green. So you might think we need to get into our deku flower and fly all the way over there, but if we put on the Great Fairy mask, like a will in first person right now. Oh, wait. There you go. Yeah, I did it. You're going to see it. The fairy is going to start coming towards us. So this is an extraordinarily helpful mask and a very easy one to get. And I believe technically necessary if you want to 100% this game. So I highly recommend you grab that mask earlier. If you hadn't grabbed it already, there definitely was a good reason for doing so. Now, a really quick thing is I want to go down here and show you guys a new enemy that we have not seen. We have, if they will present themselves to me, black bows. Now, in my opinion, they remind me a lot of the enemies in Kingdom Hearts. I mean, I don't know if anybody else can see that, but these enemies are quite harmless. Just go ahead and spin around in deku form. That's the best way to kill them. They really shouldn't give you all that much trouble. Now, if I remember correctly, well, first of all, not quite done with the black bows, please. There you go. That was a lot of movement on screen at once. I believe there should be something for us to collect in this room, unless I have lost my mind. I, in fact, have lost my mind. There was nothing down here for us to collect, but I wanted to go ahead and show you guys the black bows, because I don't believe we see them again in this dungeon. So, that being said, let's go ahead and climb right back up. Should you fall down, there's a ladder right here. There's another reason for me hopping down to show you guys how to get back up, in case you might have fallen accidentally. There's a ladder right there. You can go ahead and climb that up to get back up to the main platform, and we are going to want to go ahead and dive on into the deku flowers now. Now you might see over towards the, I believe it's over here. Well, we're about to find out, aren't we? Right over here, there should be a treasure chest on this platform. Yes, so my memory does serve correctly. Go ahead and open it up for Stray Fairy number 2. You found a Stray Fairy. This is your second one. I'm not so sure the game has told us this at this point, but I'm going to go ahead and just tell you guys right now there are 15 Stray Fairies we need to collect in this dungeon. And actually, that's the case for every single dungeon we have coming out, is there's going to be 15 fairies to collect. And if you collect them and return them back to the fairy fountain, you will get a reward. So, that being said, now that we've collected Stray Fairy number 2, we're going to go ahead and fly right over here. Do mind the Skulltulas. If you go through the middle right here, they won't be able to drop down and knock you over, but if you try to come in from the side, they can hit you, and that's no fun. And you have to do the little deku flower course all over again. I'm just trying to change camera angles, not lock onto you. Jeez Louise. I don't think I've ever said that on camera before, man. I said this is really coming out. Jeez Louise. That stench. This place stinks just like that poison swamp. Okay, so that's a little hint. I guess that's maybe why the swamp is poisoned, because it has something to do with this temple. You got a deku stick. Great, that's not a new item at all. Deku sticks burn well, but however, this is going to be a useful item for us to have, so I do recommend you go ahead and grab that right there. That being said, we are going to want to, if my memory serves, we're going to want to go ahead and go right down here. We got a new enemy. We have the Withered Deku Baba. We've seen a lot of variations, but this one right down here is indeed new. If you kill it, you'll get Stray Fairy number 3. Now we're going to want to go ahead and hop right across here. You're going to see these flowers right up here. For whatever reason, they do not take very kindly to Hylian Link. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys right now. Should you try to hop across these in your Hylian form, I probably should have told you guys these guys are called carnivorous lily pads. So don't hop into them in your Hylian form. Not medically advised whatsoever. We're going to go ahead and instead put on our deku mask. We're going to go ahead and hop on over. For whatever reason they like us as deku, much more. So for a quick tally for the only people that like us more as a deku, we have the dekus themselves and these flowers. Everybody else hates us for being a deku. That being said, let's go ahead and come on over here. If I'm correct, right over here in the corner of this room, I'm gonna go ahead and not fall into the poison water. There you go, just barely made it across. You go ahead, hit that part right there. 4, stray fairy number 4, excuse me. This is why the Great Fairy Mask comes in handy. Sometimes the fairies don't want to come to you unless you're looking like, I guess, not their mother, but I guess the being into which they coalesce. I don't know. They like you better as a Great Fairy, so go ahead and put on that mask. It'll make it easier for you to go ahead and collect those stray fairies. This room right over here, we're going to be coming back to here quite a few times. There's quite a lot to do in here, a lot of which we can't quite do yet. Sorry about that, I was having a little bit of a bad memory moment. I did practice this temple ahead of time. I practiced this probably a little bit over a week ago now, so my memory's a little bit fuzzy, because the last time I played this temple before a week ago had been like 3 years ago. So it's been a quick moment, I do apologize. Right up here we have a new enemy, Snappers. Well, actually they're not new at all. We did see them in the forest, in the mystery forest, or forest and mystery. Oh, name going up on the screen of that forest right now. For whatever reason, I can't remember the name of the forest. The way you're gonna want to kill these is dive into the deku flowers and then launch right back up as they go across the surface of the deku flower that you were in. It's really not all that hard at all. You just gotta wait for them to come on and attack you, which they inevitably will. Launch on up. There you go, not hard at all. I mean, the third one, after seeing his first 2 friends die, would have figured out the trick, but no, they're not all that smart. Although this guy doesn't seem to be quite as aggressive as his friends, as I was saying. Just barely made it in there, wow. Oh, please come back here so I can kill you, sir. You wanna come here? Oh, yep. And, oh, just barely was able to do it, awesome. And after you kill all of the snappers, we get a treasure chest. Let's go ahead and open that up. You got the dungeon map. Tap that button to view the map screen. Tap the map to zoom in or out. So, instead of just reading that, I'm gonna go ahead and show you how amazing the maps are in this version of the game. Oh my goodness. So you hit the map icon. So first of all, you're able to navigate through all the different temples that we have been to. If you click Woodfall down there, you're able to look at all the other temples as well. But you can also navigate through all the different floors. So you can very easily look at the basement, the first floor, and the second, and you can zoom on into each area, and the treasure chest, once we get another item, will be shown for us. And as well, the stray fairy locations are going to be shown as well, where we have collected those. I believe that will also be shown once we get the other item. So the other item that I keep hinting at and the dungeon map in this game would make a really mean combo, making it very easy to navigate, well, making it a lot easier. I say a lot easier instead of easy because of a certain temple we have coming up later. It makes it a lot easier to navigate through the dungeons in these games. So great props to the remake of this game for just doing such a great job on making it a lot easier and a lot more friendly for people to navigate through, because these temples were really hard, or at least one of them in particular. I keep hinting towards that temple. So now that we've gotten that small key, we're gonna go ahead and return on through the other way. And you might have noticed there's that door right over there. Well, actually, we can't quite get there yet. We're going to go ahead and hop on over. I wonder, actually, I believe we can get that chest over there. Let me go ahead and grab that chest really quick. Let's go ahead and dive on in and hop on over. So hopefully by the time you guys are seeing this, I have a good number of Let's Playing videos stocked on up for you guys. Because the big reason why I had to take a break was because I didn't have any videos stockpiled. Like, I didn't really have a buffer in case I were to, if I had rendering issues with an upload, and then the entire upload for the day would be delayed. So I need to kind of have a buffer build up. So, it's good that I do that. So now we have that small key, we're going to want to come right back over this way. Run on through here. And we're going to be able to access a new part of the dungeon. Other things that have been going on, I've just been very focused on classes recently. I have a paper coming up for my Japanese Society and Culture class, or Culture and Society. It feels weird calling it the other way around. Japanese Culture and Society through film is the name of the class. I have a paper for that coming up that I need to work on. I've been working on that recently. I've just had a lot of projects and a lot of tests for a lot of classes come up all at once. But hey, so I guess like quick little academic update. I think they all went really well. I felt really great about my math test that I took, my business calculus test. And I have a political science test coming up this week as well, and I feel pretty decent about that. This looks pretty light. Well, don't just stand there, press the whole day and grab it and use analog stick to move it. Well, let's go ahead and push on forward. And we're going to have a little bit of a puzzle-ish sort of thing that we're going to be doing with this coming on up. But we're going to want to run over here, but since I'm lazy, I'm just going to hop on over with Deku Link instead of going all the way around like I should. We come right over here and kill the Skulltula. Wait until he turns his back to you and then shoot him with Snot. Either that, or you can just instead hit him with your sword in Hylian form. Now, a quick thing, a lot of the stray fairies in this dungeon are in different locations than they were in the original Nintendo 64 version. If you're playing the Nintendo 64 version and following along, I apologize. There are a lot of different stray fairy, like there's a lot of variation, or there's a lot of differences between where the stray fairies are in this game and the Nintendo 64 version. So I will not be covering where all the Nintendo 64 version stray fairies are, so if you're following me for that reason, I do apologize. I'll only be showing off the locations of the stray fairies in this version of the game. Now that being said, let's go ahead and transfer back into Hylian form, or actually I haven't been using my, I've not at all been using, I'm gonna go ahead and rearrange my items, my bunny hood, which I love so dearly. Let's go ahead and change into that. Alright, sorry about that, I am back. So now we're gonna wanna go ahead and transfer, we are in our Hylian form, excuse me. We wanna go ahead and grab a Deku stick. I'm gonna go ahead and put that on the 2, down in the bottom right corner. Because we have a little bit of a puzzle coming up, and the bunny hood's going to be very, very useful for this. Now, before I do said puzzle, we're going to come right over here, and we're going to go ahead and push this block forward. Trust me on this, it's going to be, I guess, kind of crucial for what we have coming on up. And actually, let me come over here as well. Oh, no. I'm getting ahead of myself. I don't need to worry about taking care of the thing I was thinking about. Be very careful running around the bunny hood. It's very easy to, like, launch yourself off the ledge, which I just nearly did many times. So, Deku Stick. If you need another one, you can simply go back into the other room and kill the Deku Baba and get another Deku Stick if you don't have one, but you will need one. So, that being said, we're going to go ahead and we're going to equip our Blast Mask. I unfortunately haven't run into grabbing any bombs quite yet, which is unfortunate. We're going to go ahead and put that on. And all I have to do to use the Blast Mask, first of all, ooh! Oh, I was trying to put away my Deku Stick before I used the Blast Mask because I was afraid of blowing up the stick. I didn't know what would happen if I had the Deku Stick out while I used the Blast Mask. The reason why I say to do that is if you notice, we killed those moths that were right there. Those moths are harmless unless you are carrying fire, which we're about to be carrying fire with our Deku Stick. So go ahead and kill them before you do this little puzzle right here. We're going to go ahead and light this on up and also put on our bunny hood so we can run faster. And hopefully not jump into the poison water. Come right over here. It's going to light the torch. And as soon as this cutscene's over, press B as quickly as you can, because that'll put away your Deku Stick and it'll put out the fire and you will be able to use your Deku Stick once again. If you let the fire keep on burning, your Deku Stick will eventually burn and disappear, which is rather unfortunate if I do say so myself. If you need a Deku Stick, very easy, you can get one right there, so not a big deal if you do happen to run out of one of those. We're gonna go ahead and clear the way right up here. Well, actually, there's no enemies for me to kill right up here. Oh, well, one thing that we are gonna do, since we are at this angle, I'm gonna go ahead and put on our Deku mask. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot down this beehive right here. Is it this beehive? Nope, wrong beehive. And the bees are gonna be coming up here in just a moment, probably. I wanna go ahead. Oh no! Okay, just spin around in a circle. You can kill the bees. Not a big deal. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot down that beehive right there. Excuse me. Yep, hear that? That is a stray fairy. We're gonna go ahead and put on our Great Fairy mask and get that one to come on over for Stray Fairy number 6. Oh, I did not put on the mask. I forgot. I don't have it on X. So, other interesting experiences that have happened recently. You found Stray Fairy. This is your 6th one. Other interesting experiences that have happened recently is last night. So, my girlfriend, she came over and spent the night because we watched, we watched, what was the show? It's an anime that she watched, 7 Deadly Sins, there you go, sorry about that, it took me a moment to remember. We watched her favorite anime, 7 Deadly Sins, and afterwards, it was probably like 11 o'clock or so, we went to bed, and about an hour and a half later, the fire alarm for my building goes off. So we run downstairs, we run outside, we sit outside for about 30 minutes. I nearly just fell off the ledge right there. Sat outside for about 30 minutes or so until we could finally all come back in. And then after that point, we went back to bed. And about 2.5 hours after that, I woke up to her saying, you know, Cameron. I looked over and she's throwing up in the sink because she couldn't make it to the bathroom. So yeah, last night was just a really not a good night, I guess. Simply because I was meaning to wake up really early this morning and get done a lot of my schoolwork, so I could record as much as I possibly could and just get a lot done this morning. But because of, you know, the fire alarm and then waking up, because, you know, she was sick, which, you know, there's nothing you can do to prevent that. So she's feeling better now, for those of you who might be concerned, which is a good thing, of course. But we were up for like, it took about an hour and a half from the time when I woke up to her being sick to the time that we finally got to go back to bed again. So I got a very limited amount of sleep last night, which is rather unfortunate, but you know, it's okay. That's life. Stuff happens. It's perfectly okay. So yeah, but last night was quite an experience because like there aren't many times where you oh no, careful, I sense a lot of evil here. My deku stick was gonna, I don't know why I carried fire up the ledge. My deku stick was gonna burn out in the middle of the cutscene. I wonder if that's possible. I'm sure it is. I'm actually gonna go ahead and transform into our deku link form because that's really the easiest way to kill all the black bows. Yeah, I was about to say, I could have sworn there were more black bows in this room than the ones that I just killed. We're gonna want to go ahead and kill all the enemies in this room, so there must be another black bow somewhere. Or maybe a deku bob that I missed. Oh, I hear the black bow. There you go. Oh, 2 black bows. 3 black bows. 4. Do I have more? 4 black bow? Oh no, that's. I think that's it. No, there's still a black bow alive in here somewhere. What is still alive in this room? I guess I need to go ahead and backtrack a little bit. Maybe it's in the hallway? Wait. Where are all these black bows coming from? They're just hiding and then they reappear. Is this it? Thank goodness, wow. I normally don't have that much trouble killing all the black bows. They normally don't hide that well. I mean, let me know if you guys had the same experience, but that was really weird. I was like, am I doing something wrong? Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and open up this treasure chest for Stray Fairy number 7. And also we're gonna go ahead and transform back into our Hylian form. What's really nice is that you, and I guess this kind of makes sense, I mean, it's not really like an unexpected novelty, but I feel like it's really nice that we don't have to hit like the Deku Mask to transform from Deku Link to Hylian Link, and then from Hylian Link to putting on the bunny hood. Like I appreciate the fact that we don't have to do that kind of tediousness with the mask. It's very easy to transform and put on different masks in this game. It's definitely not challenging at all. I like how easy they made it and just how ease-free. Because if it were kind of a hassle and something that was like annoying, you know, it wouldn't be fun at all. So that being said, we're gonna go ahead and light this last torch. Hopefully my Deku stick won't disappear. I don't know why I'm so attached to them. I have like 4 more. After killing it, we can continue on forward. We are, let's see, 20-ish minutes into this video. About, give or take, probably take a bit. It's probably more about 18. Let's go ahead and head on through. Is this the area where I expected to be, or am I in the wrong place? Actually, I forgot to grab something. This is what I was nervous about. That I would get too caught up in speaking and like glance over something in the dungeon. It's honestly really hard for any of you who have made Let's Plays before. To me, it is really difficult to commentate while you go through dungeons in Zelda games. It's not an easy thing at all, at least not in my opinion. Let's see, now if I'm correct, the platform is right below here, so I can do this jump safely. All right, well, not completely safely. Let's go ahead and kill. Oof, this is not what I wanted. Let's go ahead and kill. Okay, there you go. Oh, 1 more hit. Wow. I didn't realize that he takes 2 hits from the sword, but only 1 hit from the snot. That's really interesting, actually. He doesn't have to come back down. Please flip. And it's getting ready to be dawn on the 2nd day, I believe. I thought we had to kill him again for what we had to do. Oh wait, no, I'm being really dumb. When we did the torch puzzle earlier, we unlocked that door right up there that I did not go through, which I needed to go through. It's very helpful if we go through it. Yep, only night of the first day. Okay, I misread the clock. Thank goodness. Not that, if it were Dawn of the second day, I wouldn't be too concerned, I suppose, but I feel a lot better knowing that, we're still not quite to that point yet. Which, by the way, I highly recommend playing the Song of Inverted Time, just to slow down the time for you. Now, right up here is something that I forgot to take care of. Dragonflies, more of them. They are not new, we saw them in the last episode. Go ahead and shoot them on down, very easy to kill. Shoot them with your snot, one hit from the snot, and they are done. And this is that second item that I was hinting at that's extremely useful when paired with the dungeon map. You got the thing! I can't remember who it is that says that, but a lot of people say that. I find it really funny. You found the compass. Alright, and with that being said, now if you look at a map, we can see where we... Oh, actually, I believe we could know this information without the compass, but we can see where we came in, the door that we came through to get into the room we currently are in. We can see where we are. We can see all the doors that we've been through, marked in yellow. You can also see all the stray fairies that you've collected. They're not glowing green, but they're kind of gray. You can see them right there. You can also look at all the different levels, see where all the different treasure chests are. And yeah, it's just really, really easy. I really like that you can see where the stray fairy locations are. So if you're missing one and you're like, you don't know which one you missed, you can easily go on here and see which ones you collected, and it kind of removes a lot of uncertainty and makes it a lot easier collecting the stray fairies, especially in some of the harder dungeons later in the game. So this is a function that I definitely greatly appreciate, and I wanted to go ahead and give it that appreciation on camera before I inevitably forget to do so, as I normally do. I almost always forget. I don't know why I just randomly shot not towards the sky. I always forget to show off really nice things about games, or compliment things about them that I really appreciate. Because it's really easy to glance over stuff when you're recording. I do that quite a lot. It's something I've tried to get better at. Also, another big thing that there's a big flaw in my commentary that I want to point out to you guys, but I feel like if I point it out to you, it's going to drive you crazy. I'm gonna point it out to you anyway, so you guys can help keep me accountable. I say the word or the phrase or just the noise a lot. And I realize it gets really, really annoying on camera. So I keep forgetting about it every time I record, but it's something that I'm trying to make myself more conscious of when I'm recording, to not say, just because it's really annoying how often I can say it sometimes. I used to say the word like a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. And I've also tried to get better at that. I'm not as bad about saying the word like as I used to be, but, because it was really annoying. There goes the again. But I'm really, really bad with my so I'm trying to get better at that. Dragonflies, please don't be so difficult. You can wait till they come a little bit closer to you, or you can, if you want to, be a little bit more aggressive. Fly in the sky towards the next deku flower you're going towards. I'm surprised that none of them have really come at me yet. It's really interesting. We're gonna go ahead, and the first thing we're gonna do, let me see if I can, no, we're not gonna be able to quite shoot that from here. What we are going to do is actually go down the stairs, my memory is correct. Yeah, we're gonna go down the stairs. Watch out for these pits right here. If you fall through to those, they will take you down to the previous floor. That's pretty annoying, so I'd recommend being careful as to not doing that. Come right over here in this corner, go ahead, pop the bubble, or straight fairy number 8. I nearly said straight fairy number 8, as opposed to the non-straight ones. Let's go ahead and shoot the dragonfly out of the sky, because they are really annoying. I don't know why, but the dragonflies are more likely to attack you when you're lower on the ground. You would not think that at all. There you go. He's done. Don't need to worry about him again. If you need health, or anything really, just slash the grass down here. You can find most of what you need by just doing that. I mean, that's the same way in Zelda game, so nothing new. We're gonna go ahead and fly on over to the left. I don't believe I'm missing anything. I'm thinking. Whenever you land on this platform, it's going to start moving like all the other moving platforms that we have seen in this game that I keep telling you that they moved in the original version, and in this version, they only move when you're on them. It's kind of annoying. Not that big of a deal, but there's a lot of things that this game has done to decrease the difficulty, some of which I appreciate, not because it makes it easier, but just because it makes more sense and opens up more strategy. However, there are a lot of times where the game just makes it a lot easier to the point where I wish it didn't. It makes it a lot easier to like cover that gameplay, but I kind of miss some of the difficulty that was in the original version of this game. Not to say that the remake is incredibly less difficult than the original. That's not what I'm saying. But there's just certain little things that I kind of miss that have been changed. So yeah, that being said, go right over here. Get Stray Fairy number 9. We are really collecting them rather fast. How far? We were like 27 minutes into this video. I did not realize how far we are in this video, and I want this to be in 2 parts, so I think we're gonna end things off here. Next time, let's play The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D. We're gonna finish the rest of Woodfall Temple, take on the boss, and hopefully find the Deku Princess somewhere along the way. I've been Cameron. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys back here next time. Goodbye, guys.